back. Are you ready? Because we're going to go for the whole thing today. Well, most of it. So we're going to do the petals today. And your assignment this week will be the entire top of the flower. So I want to give you some tips when we're going to do this. First, the mid-tones are now going to turn into your dark tones. And your highlights are going to be a combination of the lightest pencil you chose and some white. So you can get a little bit more in there. My recommendation to you is to take the colored pictures that I gave you with the course. Blow it up on the biggest screen that you have. If you're using a computer, just make it big. Because you'll be able to see the details. And the more details that you see, the easier it's going to get. Now this week, I want you to try to stay away from the black and white picture and start relying more on the colored picture, because really that's where your tonal values are going to go. The black and white picture was for roughing it in and getting your darks where your darks really go and your lights where your lights want to go. That's where you need that. And then later on when we do our final toning and final end details, it may come in better. For, use it more. But this week, just use the colored version. So as you can see on your reference, where your darks are and where your lights are, I want you to work very lightly. Build your color. Feel it come to life, because now we're going to want the colors to slightly move into each other. You could start two different ways. You can work square to square, or you can work petal to petal. I really am more comfortable myself working petal to petal. I like to use the squares to get my guide points, but they're already in now. We did that in previous lessons. I can quickly look and see where I am, so I'm not really relying on the boxes. If you need to rely on the boxes, by all means, that's what they're there for. Okay, just making the picture comfortable in my hands. Sorry, it's got to be a little bit tilted, because I have my computer with the big blow-up of the picture right in front of me. So now I see where my really darks are. And on this one, it's right at the edge. I'm still not doing a circle like that. Keep your strokes going upward. And keep your pencil nice and sharp. This is not something you need to finish in a day. This takes a long time. There are artists that spend an hour on an inch on a paper, and that's actually, even some people charge that, an hour an inch. This should take you the week to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the video on hyperlapse, but I'm going to slow it down. So it's going to be on hyperlapse. I'm going to slow it down for you to see in slower motion. But in general, it should be much longer. Because this is a video and I can work on this for a really long time, that's why I need to speed it up. There is a button on every video that you can change the settings. You can change and go to a slower setting. There won't be, turn off the music because the music will sound funny. But I'll come back from time to time telling you where I'm at and what I'm doing and giving you tips throughout the entire time of me doing this. Now, just also keep in mind that it does not have to be perfect. Flowers are all different. So if it doesn't look exactly like your reference, it's not a big deal. The picture is still going to come out really nice. Flowers are foolproof. You're going to come out with a nice picture. So let's start. So So you notice that I did put a hard line right there. That's because there's, if you looking on the reference, there's actually a petal that goes behind it. So there needs to be a nice sharp distinction between this petal and this, and that's why I did put in the hard smooth line. Okay, on your edges you're going to be able to do that, but please keep your strokes going inward all throughout this. Try not to do the circle except for where I'm telling you to, you should do it. And this is the one area that you want to create a hard versus a soft. Second one is in the third picture up. Okay, the third leaf up has a hard line, right? So it goes dark, light. Now there's going to be a dark line in there, and then it goes dark again. I know it's beginning to look like I'm going to make a ring around it, because actually the flower sort of has a ring. But as I get more into the upper layers, now I'm still just putting down bottom layers, you're going to see that the darker areas are going to blend into the lighter areas. They're just looking so dark right now because it's on white paper. I did a video a long time ago. It was called the seesaw effect. And whenever you put, and this is the way it goes, whenever you put a light next to a dark, so here, your gradient. Okay, so here you have, this stands out against the white. The tone is dark. Now when I put a darker pencil next to it, now this doesn't seem so bright because we have a tone that's even darker. So then we can come in with a lighter tone, of course, and that's going to be the lightest tone in here. But if I took this really light tone by itself, it's dark, because there's nothing to compare it to. And that's what the seesaw effect is. You're going to balance it at the end, and that's when we're going to use that other black and white tonal value card. We're going to balance it. So right now, don't give up. Don't start thinking, oh, I'm doing it wrong. Remember, I also gave you a whole lesson right before this about the ugly stage. Right at this point, the picture is, while it's not bad, it's in its ugly phase. It hasn't bloomed yet, flower. We haven't developed it yet. So it's supposed to look like this. to stay away from this area in here because I haven't put in the structures. So if you want to just stay away from this area and just work on the outer area this week, that's a little bit better, because next week we're going to do this area, and this way you don't add tone on it where we don't need it. So work on just the outer edges of the leaves and just stay away. Fill in the body of the petals. I'm using my mid-tone color. So in this area, which is open a lot, I'm using my mid-tone color because the details are going to be in the dark. And since I'm using this very lightly, I'm going really just scratching the surface. I'm still going to be able to get my lighter tone or my white pencil over it. I'm kind of liking the white pencil with this, because my light pencil, I chose this one, and this is from my India set, and it wasn't my Indra set. It wasn't perfect. So if I was doing this flower, say I was doing my own thing, I like this combination. I like these three colors together. But is it the exact flower? No. Does it matter? No, because every flower in the world is different. So just continue with the body with your mid-tone very, very lightly, and be prepared to be able to go either lighter or darker. See how light my touch is? And once I get this in, the edges, you see how it's beginning to lose that starkness in the edges? It doesn't look as like I have a ring around it, per se. Although the flower does have a ring around it. It's that one thing I didn't think of when I was picking the pictures. I thought this was such an easy picture to do for your first time. It didn't dawn on me that I'd be like creating the ring that I'm going to try to teach you not to do, because the picture has it. It's still a great picture to start with. And it'll be easier for you if you choose to do this and then go on to the larger picture that comes in the course. That even becomes easier and much more fun because your details are larger. Here you have to skip some of the details because it's so small. But if I was to do the big picture in front of you guys, we'd be here till a month of Tuesdays. So while I'm sitting here coloring, and I can start rambling, because what else am I going to do while I'm coloring? Either that or watching a video. I got my craft room in order, which I did not really believe was ever going to happen. Let me see where I am. Ooh, okay, I'm down here. I went too dark on that. See this little area over here? That's what erasers are for. It's not my darkest tone. It's a lighter tone. See, I didn't pay attention. Shame on me. But I was really stressing out having everything all over. I'm in my craft room working now, and I'm fine. It's great. What I ended up doing was moving my books, which were on shelves that were really too tall for me, outside my room, because I'm not really coloring in books, like all of them, so why do I need them in my space? And once I did that, and I put some of the pencils that I will either never use or rarely use into that closet, and I freed up, it was like playing Tetris. I freed up so much space, and it just started working. like yesterday I was running up and down my stairs because now everything is on different levels. And the best thing is for my upstairs, which is really like 6 steps up the way my house is, I got a rolling cart. So I have the stuff that I'm doing for my crafting channel on the rolling cart. So I don't have to run down to my craft room anymore. I can just go on the rolling cart. And that made a huge difference. And I didn't even have to buy it. I had a cart that I wasn't using. And then it dawned on me, oh my God, that's like valuable for me. That would be great. I have to shut up because really, I'm not paying attention. This would be me zoning out, coloring. I'm almost done for right now anyways. Okay, this is mid-tone. Over here, see where your dark tone is for that little part of the flower petal? The next thing up is mid-tone and then light. It's easy to see the difference. And then it would be lighter tone, which I will turn white shortly. My camera was running out of battery, so we're hitting close to the 20-minute mark on this. Technically, I've been working probably 2 hours on it because I fast forwarded and some of the stuff that I cut out. We're concentrating on getting the tonal values. Don't concentrate so much as to the very fine details. That'll come later. Right now, I want your pictures to look sort of like mine. This still needs a lot more development, which I will do before next week. Work on your petals. Keep sending them. I get pictures every single day from people who are working on it, just to check in with me to make sure you're on the right path. Don't take this picture real dark. Leave your lights light. Leave your mid-tone so that it can go both ways. Don't scratch up the paper. If you want to get the paperwork for this course, we're still at the beginning. It's in the description box below. Also, you'll notice the card has now the playlist. I will keep the playlist up in every video so that if you miss a video or you need to go back, it's right in that playlist at the top. Any questions? My email is in the description box below, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.